Well,
You know
welcome to in the news episode number 111. In the chat we have
Hello,
Reed from
everyone.
PC and Debbie Finks. Welcome.
Hello.
Time for the first news article in.
Shall we?
Women attack Burger King manager behind counter when they're denied fries. Natasha Ethel Bailey allegedly demanded the manager open the Castile during the incident in Miami-Dade, Florida. It was caught on camera.
Of course, Florida.
Two women were caught on camera attacking a Burger King manager when they were reportedly denied free fries. Clip of the shocking incident begins with one woman allegedly behind the counter at a branch in Miami-Dade, Florida, arguing with staff. The second woman with blonde hair then climbs over the counter, joining in appearing to attack the restaurant staff. The manager told police one of the women demanded the manager open the till and give all the money. When she threatened the staff with a gun while placing her hands in her pocket, police report stated. The manager tried to call the police. Her accomplice took the phone from her and hit her in the face. During the footage, one of the women says, "You know what? Fuck you and the money. Don't bring your ass here." The manager yells back. I refuse to believe that's a woman.
What the hell is that haircut?
I refuse to believe that's a woman. That's a tranny.
That's a bloody wig.
That's a tranny.
That's a haircut of somebody whose house got raided for having a taser.
God, that
I
dude.
refuse to believe that's a woman. That's a man in a wig.
It actually could be a woman. A very ugly woman, but a woman it could be.
It's the ugliest damn woman I've ever did see. Well, next to Hillary Clinton, though.
That's not a woman.
If it is a woman,
does not look like me. I'm gonna say accident on that being a woman. Both women fled the scene in a black SUV. It's going to be registered to Natasha Ethel Bailey, according to the police. The fight broke out at a drive-thru restaurant on South Dixie Highway last month. Hillington put them doing not bad yourself. Video was posted on the Only in Dade Facebook page and has since been widely shared by web users who deemed the fight ridiculous. Jose Rivero, who filmed the brawl, said that they were asking for money but were left empty-handed. I believe this one's a woman, but this one's also really fucking ugly as well.
Yeah.
Instead of spanking the children, apparently down in Florida, they hit them with the ugly stick to make them cry when they're first born.
Yeah. Police arrested Bagley, 42, on Monday on charges of armed burglary. It's always good when you almost finish work. Hello, Chadwick. Assault about it, attempted robbery with a deadly weapon and criminal mischief.
What was the deadly weapon? That thing's face? Holy crap, that thing could kill.
She's remanded into jail without bail. Yeah, that rhymes. Second suspect, Genesis. Beguro. 27 remains at large. Who the fuck names their kid fucking Genesis? Like, really?
In the beginning, God created heavens and earths, and apparently some ugly ass chicks.
So who names their kid fucking Genesis?
Like I was alluding to, some Bible thumper.
Probably, but still. Fucking Genesis. Now it's time for the Darwin Award of the day.
You have my attention.
It loads. Boy 16 electrocuted to death after climbing pylon to take selfie.
Dumb ass.
Yeah, like I feel like this is
That's
not
like
social selection.
That's like that kid last year went outside of some damn high rise or something to take a selfie and fell.
Yeah, not social selection. Nikolai Kompanets, 16 from Ukraine, was electrocuted alive when he fell after he fell during a daredevil stunt. Well, during the daredevil stunt.
Zap.
I kind of want to see what happens, actually. If we don't see his death in this, I'm going to be disappointed, to be honest. I know it sounds horrible, but...
Well, just...
No. Is that bad? I'm disappointed by that. We haven't had one fatality on this team. It's been 111 episodes. I feel disappointed.
You wanted like the big explosion sparks like on the movies, or
I know something. Yeah, did the boy remember to use the flash? Oh wait. A teenager died after climbing. Yeah. Well, Chadwick, I guess we're both terrible people then. Shocking food shows Nikolai Kompanets, 16 from Ukraine, freely clambering down a 100-foot structure without any safety gear. On his way down from the tower, he tripped and plunged several feet down into the pylon's arm. He was electrocuted as he hung several feet in the air. His 14-year-old friend who filmed the scene told Ryan we for help. Yeah, dumbass. He is a dumbass. And the teen was rushed off to a local hospital but died from severe burns. Again, I don't have any sympathy for the guy. It's his own fault.
yep.
He scaled on the pylon because he wanted to take impressive selfies, according to local reports. Shocking footage shows the teen dressed in a grey shirt and orange shorts clambering down the high voltage beam as his friend filmed him. The Ukrainian authorities are deciding whether to take legal action against the boys' parents for failing to perform their childcare duties. No, because I would say, well, at that age, you should know better than to fucking climb up a fucking pylon.
Yeah.
I'd say his death was his own fault. I just call that Darwinism. In June, hello Phantom. In June, a teenager was spotted scaling up the Shard in the tallest building. The Shard, London's tallest building, in a shocking feat. George King, 19, who works as a personal trainer, completed his climb in 45 minutes with no safety equipment. He spent a year preparing for the climb and moved to Leighton for 8 months to train for the dating stunt. I don't know what that has nothing to do with this. It's anything to up your word count so you can get more money, I guess. By the sounds of things.
Maybe.
Paid by the word, remember. Paid by the word.
Mhm.
Yeah, Chadwick, hopefully the fucking shit show returns soon. It's been a while.
It has.
I think I've done 2 drunk streams since it was the last shit show, I believe. Man refuses to offer women his seat on trains because they never do the same. I mean, he has a point, doesn't he?
Yep.
If you want equality, then yeah. Yeah, 1 month this Saturday. Journalist and writer Nirpal Falling told ITV's Good Morning Britain that men are paying the same fare as women, and after a long day at work, they are knackered and deserve to sit down and rest. A journalist and writer says he refuses to give up his seat for women when he's on the train, claiming a woman is never given a seat for him. Yeah, I can see his point.
Yeah, he does have a point.
And I guess unless you're disabled or pregnant, then yeah, why should you have to? Oh, really old, but then 2 of those should apply to men or women. So yeah. Yeah, so if he's physically able.
I was gonna say, it kind of reminds me of that one. There was a show out of India, a television show out of India. A clip got put on like this real equality thing, or one of those videos where there's like a lineup of men, so it's like a bachelor kind of thing, and she slaps him, so he turns around, slaps her back, so and they gang up on him while he's sitting there screaming, why you slap me? And it just kind of shows how she can beat the stuffing out of him, but they won't let him do the same.
Double standards.
Yeah.
A lot of time women occupy more than one seat with their bags, yes.
We want equality, but not if it means that we have to do our
You're welcome.
Yeah, unless she's old, pregnant, or disabled, I'm not getting the seat. I give up. Hello, honey monster. I would always politely decline anyway. A seat warmed up by someone else's ass, no thank you. Mr. Foran from London appeared on ITV's Good Morning Britain on Wednesday to debate whether feminism is killing off chivalry. But it definitely is. No question of that. He claimed men are confused by the modern rules of chivalry. And this is cold as fuck outside and funky for the warm seat. It was topic on the program after the American writer and poet told how she refused to let a man help her with luggage on a plane, describing it as a calculated act of resistance. Mr. Foran said men shouldn't be chivalrous if they're going to be told off. He said if a woman is able-bodied, why should I? Guys pay the same for the train ticket as much as women do. He said if a woman they have a long day at work, they're knackered, she is physically able, why should I give up my seat for her? Guys are getting their heads bitten off by getting an earful just for helping. And that's confusing for guys. The urge to be nice is there. That's a one-man street. A woman has never given a shit out for me. That's even when I've had a football injury. And I've been limping down the carriage. I've never had a woman offer me a seat, open a door for me, pull her, check for me, nothing. I've at least had a woman open the door for me. But then I just generally, I've had women hold the door open for me at least.
Well, I think see, I've had women hold the door. I've had women hold a door open for me. I mean, I don't think it's a male versus female thing. That's just polite in society.
Yeah, I just think that's just polite regardless of gender, isn't it?
Yeah.
I hope they're getting their heads bitten off as metaphorical. Hopefully. You never know, there are some strange people in the world. He said he would offer a seat to a woman who is pregnant or suffering a health or physical problem. Yeah, fair enough. Mine girl says lol.
Lol.
You know, there's someone's palaver. I would help, but I'd probably ask them to stand a consent for. Tony Khan, a BBC Asian network presenter and comedian who took part in the debate, says she never expects a man to give up his seat and said she would be happy to accept it from a man. She said feminism and chivalry can coexist. No. I'm going to have to disagree with that one. I don't think it can coexist. They kind of counteract each other, don't
they? Feminism, chivalry?
Yeah, they counteract each other. They can't coexist.
The word, I think it's more of a modern feminism actually demands. Modern feminism demands chivalry without any kind of reciprocation or any kind of reward for it.
If we have to go by the proper, what the definition is supposed to be, then they counteract each other. Because all point of chivalry is supposed to be like nice to live in the idea that they're weaker than us and stuff like that. Whereas feminism completely counteracts that. They can't coexist.
Well, it counteracts it, but it counteracts it for. They still want, like I said, they still want the men to act chivalrous, but not for the reason. They want the men. They want men to pay for stuff. They want men to hold the doors open. They don't want men's behavior to change. They just want the reasons to.
Because I think the idea of feminism now, at least, is like they want it in their favor.
Yeah, and that's why they don't want.
Originally, it was equal rights, though.
And that's the thing. They want equal rights have long since been actually gained.
I mean, gained since the 70s, and that's the big. And that's Jen.
Yeah.
And such an act wouldn't contradict our feminist values. So I consider myself a feminist, but I would never be offended if a man was chivalrous. If he tries to open the door for me, I say, "Would you like help with my luggage?" I'd say, "Yes, please," even if I hadn't asked for it. I mean, again, that's just politeness, doesn't it? Well, what gender that does it? I think the two can coexist, chivalry and feminism. She also said, "I think it's quite rude for if a guy decides to help you, and for you not to say thank you." Whenever I go on a train, I never expect a man to give up his seat for me. In here, basically, right up with Caroline Rothstein, a recent tweet about a man who tried to give up, tried to help her, the luggage bag of the day. Should I say, "No, thank you, I've got it"? Middle-aged white man on there, on the airplane, who offered them again to take my suitcase. My overarching problem for me was a quickly calculated act of resistance. No, I haven't actually seen that one yet. Honey Monster.
It's on my to-do list. I haven't. Oh,
Yeah, don't die on stream.
all right, let's try this again. It's on my to-do list. I haven't gotten to that video yet.
I tweeted more than 32,000 reply. She was accused of being rude and criticised the tone of the tweet and mentioning the man's skin colour. Ms. Rothstein later tweeted, "My tweet was meant to be tongue-in-cheek, but why did folks just take it the whole other height? Pun intended." Garlic Bearson, are those waffles for me, are they? If they are, I'm happy to take them. If you're offering waffles, I'm not going to say no. Oh, they're for everyone. Fair enough. Hopefully, you made enough.
I'll pass on the waffles. I have spaghetti and breadstick. What is this? Fazoli's?
I'll see you turning into way long. What the hell are you guys talking about? Chadwick, it's a long story. Basically, it's this Canadian woman, it's this Canadian man who claims to be a woman and claims that he should get his and goes around Canada claiming to be a victim, going into people's homes who have their businesses and should basically demanding them to wax his balls. Basically, there's also other stuff that he's got, like he's an alleged pedophile and stuff like that as well. That's basically the synopsis of it, anyway. Yeah. Yes, Yannick does talk. Anyway,
Basically, Yannick is trying to make it sexually assaulting women and having the legal system do it for him. Because Canada's legal system is ass backwards.
Yeah, well, it's based on the English one, isn't it? And I'm correct in saying that Scotland has a different legal system. So if anyone ever needed more reason to hate seagulls, ducking hell. The moment vicious seagull snatches one day old defenseless duckling from its mum. Is the shocking moment a defenseless duckling was viciously snatched by a squawking seagull and frankly was saved by its protected mum. The gull circling overhead and swooped down on four helpless. Canada gets their latest loss from Scotland, probably. No, actually. Because when the Scots first went over to Canada, Scotland was actually quite conservative / libertarian. It's only the last 30 years or so Scotland's become a lefty shithole, so yeah, you're wrong. They go on circling overhead and swoop down on four helpless ducklings in Arndale, West Sussex. Steve Cox, 62, captured the goal. We used to be pretty conservative too. So did a lot of places. I demand you smoke more. If are you trying to kill me? Yeah, when you're following your examples, I blame the Newfies. I'm pretty sure it's following all examples, and you blame Nova Scotia, then, wouldn't you? Yes, slowly. Steve Cock captured the goal and got a good hold of one of the ducklings before it met its match. The one leapt to rescue the wildfowl and wetlands trust. The wildfowl and wetlands trust. Amateur photographer Steve from London said the WWT Horndale specialist said the ducklings were a day old and they weren't there the day before. I saw a seagull circling above and thought to myself, I'd hope that mother duckling keeps it safe. Keeps it safe, look out for her chicks. I moved on and heard the commotion behind and spun around to see what the seagull attempted to take the duckling, just as I suspected. Mother duck was sulking away and making a beeline towards them. New Scotland and Newfie are the same. Scottish Irish mixed breed. It's basically mongrels then. The seagull had a good hold of the duckling, and I thought that would be the end of it. However, the mother was having none of it, and the seagull was still squawking and furiously slapping and splashing.
Scotty, are you there? Am I here? Hello, folks. Can you hear me? Pumpkin Trucker's backstage. I don't know where Scotty is. So, how's everyone's day? Yes, damn Scottish internet. What do you want, Cat? You're not getting my breadsticks. Go away. And your ass does not belong in my face. God damn, I don't need to see your starfish. God damn it, Trucker. I said, Seagulls, stop it now. Hey, damn. I'm going to have to go watch that later. Oh, excuse me. Well, you're talkative, aren't you? This is why I don't like being alone. Oh, I got the burpees. It's because all I've done all day is
Let my fucking sleep died. I just died. Talk about the cat.
she is a very low.
Sorry, people. Yeah,
Did you bring? Oh yeah, you did bring Trucker back, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
You're
not made
never
that died
alone.
on
The
me.
spirits of your ancestors watch you. And boy, they are disappointed in your ass.
No,
I don't blame them.
I'm disappointed in fucking TalkTalk's internet.
Hmm?
I'm disappointed in TalkTalk's internet. Like, seriously. Why? Hey, welcome back and thank you, Blind Joe. I mean, never. I figured viewers would be used to this by now. This happens at least once a week.
You know, it's better off. Remember, at first it was once a day. There was a couple times it was even 2-3 times.
Yeah, seagulls caused my internet. I'm going to blame the seagulls.
That's when you say, seagulls, stop it now. Ha.
You need to get that just like as a GIF to play like on stream every once in a while.
I'll put it to a stream and see if it gets copyrighted.
I don't know what happens. You'll get a copyright strike.
Was it bad lip reading that does it?
Mm-hmm.
No, chicken's half finished cooking. No, that's good.
Well, tell it to hurry up. What is the chicken cooking? Freaking Honey Monster said the exact same thing.
Yeah, well, you just have to hope now that Jack eats it. If he doesn't eat anything, that's just you just wasted your time. Yeah, great minds think alike. Yeah, the bread in his ass. Poor chicken. You know that constitutes as rape now. Not sure that.
Stuffing a chicken counts as well. You're not going to shove it down the throat. That hole's too small.
Well, I mean, it does
Yeah,
constitute it because the chicken can't provide consent. It's dead.
And therefore they're counting it as rape now, apparently.
Yeah. So not if the chicken's already dead, not only is it rape, it's necrophilia.
Yeah, I've generally heard vegans refer to it as that.
Yep.
The chicken's cooking the bread, huh? No. Still rape though. Yeah, to learn about the far right, start with the manosphere. Sexist problem became a recruiting ground. Sexist world has become a recruiting ground for potential mass shooters. Yeah, most mass shooters are men. Sophie Walker, the former leader of the Women's Equality Party, tweeted. The fact that soon after 51 people were killed by a gunman in Christchurch, New Zealand, in response to evolves of angry emails and accused of playing the gender card. Obviously, journalists told her not the right time. Make this about gender, Sophie. To learn about the far left, read Karl Marx, then push it to the furthest extent you can. Yep. Oh, well, she did not make this about gender. The shearers did that themselves. I was eating chicken racist now, is it? Well, no, they didn't make it out of gender. They just happened to be of a certain gender. There's a difference. The idea that feminism is indecent and is destroying Western civilization. The idea that women's natural role is to have children, be subservient to men. The idea that strong men are needed to save the world through violence. Guess blacks like eating chick.
Well,
Only
at
cooking
least
chick
you're not being completely racist. At least you're cooking the light and the dark meat.
All these arguments are found across extremist websites and in the world of shooters himself. Anti-feminist rhetoric is a powerful gateway to the violent white nationalism, and it's calculated to appeal to a demographic overwhelmingly responsible for shootings, white young men. They're really overstretching it, aren't they? There've been no fucking correlation at all so far, and they're claiming that they're together. I think no.
I can't remember when it was. Earlier this year, there was a mass shooting at a school. That was one of the people who did the shooting. It was 2 kids. One of the people who did the shooting was a transgender, a woman the woman pretending to be a guy. So they counted her as a male for their statistics.
Of course they did. Here's the thing. So they're basically, because most mass shooters are men, and a lot of people that are in the fucking manosphere are men. Thus, that's the correlation.
There was one article I
saw. Fucking overstretching the fucking mark here.
There was an article I saw that if a woman does something violent, that makes her a man because only men do violence.
What?
It was some shit article. And if a man is not violent, that makes him a woman.
They don't like some things, so it's white nationalism. They're disingenuous hacks. 28-year-old man awaiting trial over the Christchurch massacre and wrote in a self-justifying screen titled The Great Replacement. It begins, it's the birth rates. The 27-year-old American who allegedly killed 20 people in El Paso, Texas, left behind a 4-page document outlining his motivations. Its most consistent theme is the danger of Hispanic invaders who have close to the highest birth rate of all ethnicities in America. The alleged shooter has my motives for the attack are not all personal. Actually, the Hispanic community was not my target before I read The Great Replacement. I learned my lessons long ago with cheap batteries. Truth be known, DC. I can tell you from personal experience, women are violent, especially them blind ones. Yeah, I know. Both men are referring to the right-wing conspiracy theory popularized by French author Reynold Camus, which warns that non-whites are having more children than whites, and that the resultant demographic change threatens European culture. This idea has been magnified by online far-right, with different groups painting us as usurpers. The neo-Nazis in Charlottesville, Virginia, chanted the Jews will not replace us. The Christchurch shooter. The threat came from Muslims in El Paso. It was immigrants. Again, what the fuck does this have to do with the manosphere? Like, really?
It's just a way to point their fingers and go, see.
Actually, they're going to get into the point now. In all these strands of replacement theory, controlling white female sexuality and reproduction is vital. Women's sexual and reproductive freedom are seen as threats to civilization itself. They're really stretching here, aren't they?
Well, when these people think women's sexual freedom means killing children en masse, that is the threat to society.
And actually, come to think about it, things like Planned Parenthood and stuff. Planned Parenthood was originally founded to kill black babies.
and it does that really well.
So really, the whole argument's fucking retarded, isn't it? Because we're to say that mostly black women are the ones that have the abortions. Really, they're doing their work for them, aren't they? And would they not be pleased if a black woman had an abortion? That means less black people in the world for them. If they were white nationalists. So really, it's not much about controlling fucking women's sexuality and reproduction, is it? Because they'd be quite happy to have them to have an abortion. Like, what the fuck? This doesn't have anything to do with anything. She just wants to paint people to find modern-day feminism to be sexist. That's sexist. Hope Not Hate is a hate group. They hate white people.
You know, they keep blaming everyone and their mother except for the shooter. So it makes me not really, but kind of want to shoot up a place. And when they start blaming everyone but me, I go, see, Judge, I obviously did nothing wrong because it's not my fault.
Well, I can say that Green Thunder doesn't enjoy having the FBI at your door or something, but anyway.
I'm too lazy to get off the couch.
But fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say there. Fuck. Actually, what they're doing is they're overstretching here. They're beyond overstretching, so they can demonize other groups they hate by linking them to other things. Obviously, Sophie Walker here, she's a feminist. Therefore, she hates the manosphere. Therefore, she's going to try and link them together to make them look as if they're really fucking bad. That's what she's doing. They're politicizing tragedy again, which is what they left always do. Shocker dropped out again, has he? Nice. It's not surprising. It's therefore not surprising that anti-feminism is an entry point to the online far right. Misogyny is predominantly used as a first outreach mechanism. Honestly, I think it's a researcher at the University of North Carolina who studies the far right online. Honey Monster, no, that was a misunderstanding. Never mind. My laptop probably could run OBS like at lowest setting, but my internet also sucks. Which I think was my downfall there.
Oh, wait, I actually posted an internet test in my Discord. I think it was like 2.5 megabytes up and 2.2 down. Or
yeah,
no,
I would run OBS if I was you then.
Let me get the exact numbers here.
Honestly, Matthias, and researcher at the University of North Carolina who studies the far right online told me you were owed something. Oh, your life should be X, but because of the ridiculous things the feminists are doing, you can't access them. Honey Monster wants to know what your CPU was during streaming. One recruiting ground is a collection of sites known as the Manosphere. which is a British anti-streaming charity, which the British anti-streaming charity Hope Not Hate considered serious enough to include in its most recent State of Hate report. It's very difficult. It's a very difficult movement to get to grips with, says Hope Not Hate. Researcher Simon Murdoch. It's very loose. It's a very loose movement, and because people are online are very anonymous. It's Hope Not Hate a fucking dangerous far left extremist group themselves. For them to go anyone else extreme is just fucking ironic. Monastery stretches from my backside disappeared for a long spike pop. He had to take a bath, so changing my clothes, nobody's phantom. Monastery stretches from a kind of lukewarm anti-feminist that would pass virtually unremarked in a newspaper column, though the glorifications of extreme misogyny, although the Monastery's leading figures have appeared at far-right events and vice versa. The links between the two are more about exchange of ideas than personnel. Again, what far-right events? What constitutes a far-right event? Citation needed here. Like, what to you constitutes a far-right event? I'd like to know. As young men are drawn deeper into these online communities, the anti-feminist message transforms into one with racial overtones. They said, once you engage with the idea of social justice warrior club, the social justice warrior club and the feminist movement have increased the precarity of men, she said. That moves over time to increase precarity and engagement of the West. These ideas circulate through YouTube videos, anonymous message boards such as 8chan, Facebook groups, and Twitter accounts. The online ecosystem allows rambling conspiracy traits can be chopped up and recirculated in more palatable forms. Thomas Buckley in Prison the Great, for example, said that Canadian far-right activist Lauren Southern in a YouTube video now that has more than 600,000 views. It was condensed by Canadian far-right activist Lauren Southern. In a YouTube video now that has more than 600,000 views, Southern is no fringe figure. She's verified on YouTube and was retweeted by Donald Trump in May. I think Lauren Southern quit though, didn't she? Pretty sure Lauren Southern quit YouTube. Anti-feminism and the far right overlap because both weave narratives around real, observable phenomena surrounding race and reproduction. Referees are indeed failing across the developed world. Women who reach higher education levels tend to have fewer children. The family wage where a man earns enough to support a wife and children has disappeared. Working women have great economic freedom instead of being dependent on men. No, actually, no. Depends what day it is. Honey Monster, depends what day it is. So sometimes it's better. Sometimes it's better than that. Sometimes it's worse than that. Depends what day it is. On a good day, it's like 15. On a bad day, I've seen it as low as like 0.5. I may as well just use fucking dial-up.
Oh, that's just like the mid-range test I did. I did one test where the upload was kilobytes, like freaking 5 kilobytes a second for up. Like, holy crap.
You may as well. Dial-up was faster than that, I'm pretty sure, wasn't it?
Yeah, it just. I'll have to run those tests again, like next week.
Oh. And the thing is, apparently, and you used to have internet that was worse than that. Many of them find it easier, though still not easy, to leave abusive or otherwise intolerable relationships. Women who can control their fertility and their bank accounts do not have to be subservient to men. Then there's a sexual revolution. Simply put, Western women are largely choosing for themselves whom to have sex with, being dictated to by families, religion, or the state. Modern far-right often rails against conservative Muslim communities. Well, I'm pretty sure if you claim you're against like fucking arranged marriages and stuff, then you should be against conservative Muslim communities as well. I mean, you can't then say, "Oh, well, we don't like this, but then we don't like them, but then we don't like people that go against it." Like, what? What? Several British groups, such as the English Defence League, warned freedom and enforcement of Sharia law. These sentiments are paradoxically mixed, with an admiration for societies in which women's sexual freedoms are restricted. To Matthias, the far right argues that Muslim men control Muslim women, and that means our civilization is rising while the West is declining. Neither confirm nor deny. Don't want to get arrested here, you know. This work so well executing tools for the far right for reasons. First, they set at a particular point in popular discourse. They are widely accepted in mainstream society, even though it's the feminists that control everything. And so he is eating what you made them. Minimal pushback yet. See Maggie. An iconoclastic. Example that women are less intelligent than men, for example, is inflammatory in Britain. So it's not that women are less intelligent than men, it's that when it comes to IQ, men usually occupy the top and the bottom of it. I.e., most of the really smart people in the world are men, and most of the really stupid people in the world are men, and women tend to be around the middle. That's why it kind of averages itself out about the same.
Yeah, men tend to be on both sides of the extreme. The gap is farther,
and women tend to be in the middle.
Really, right. There tends to be some really, really, really smart men. There also tends to be some really, really, really stupid men.
I tend to side with Stephen Hawking on this one. IQ score doesn't mean shit, but I also tested so low I don't measure on the chart.
I tested. I got 134 or something like that. I was like, "Fucking right, I'm timing it. I'm almost a genius."
No, honestly, I think they did give me an IQ test when I to get on disability. I think I got scored like 63, 68, somewhere in there. So
no, if you were that, no, you can't be that stupid, surely.
I am not surely, but once again, the IQ tests don't really mean much.
Yeah, but 60, that's considered borderline retarded. Like, no, there's no way.
Yeah, that's why I'm on disability, because I am borderline retarded.
You're smarter than that, surely.
In some areas, yes. Some areas, no.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. You know, technically that means you can compete in the Special Olympics and stuff like that.
I'm too lazy for that. I blame my eye. It started with my left eye being lazy, and then just spread to the rest of my body.
Yeah. Suggesting differences among racial groups. An open higher education team then suggestion of differences between the racial groups among racial groups. Well, there are differences between racial groups. People seem to think saying that means that you're somehow saying that one race is better than the other. No, it just means that there are differences between races. Well, why is that such a bad thing to say? It's been proven. Yeah, mine was similar to his, so okay. So, technically, all tests are fundamentally flawed. I mean, you can technically guess it and get a really good high score, couldn't you? Theoretically, so really,
yeah, theoretically.
Your boy drunken dispute 69. Hello. Drunken disciple 69, sorry. Might likely I read that wrong. Hello, Daniel Franklin. When Oak Not Hate's education team goes into British schools and colleges, it sees firsthand the opposition to feminism. GDP is on. It's me, the best drunken boy.
But are you actually drunk?
Yeah, I feel like you have to be drunk, otherwise you're not doing your thing any. You're not doing your name any good.
Well, I'd be at least borderline buzzed at all time with the name of Drunken Disciple.
It's really laggy. Is it? Is it lagging? Shouldn't be lagging. It's just like that. I don't know why it does that. It just does. The opposition to feminism is one of the things that students will feel more comfortable expressing, Murdoch says. Anti-black racism is something that we know is a bit more sensitive, but at the same time, sexism is frowned upon by political and cultural elites. It's not lagging for him. I'm so drunk I woke up pissed out of my mind in a football stadium. I'm pretty sure we've all done that.
I've already got a shoddy liver. I can't do that. Well, fatty liver. Don't know why. Stupid liver.
And my political and cultural elites. So voicing it seems more rebellious than insurgent. 24-year-old two allegedly killed 9 people in Dayton, Ohio, was reportedly a pornographic band that releases albums such as 6 Ways of Female Butchery. And he was reportedly suspended from school for keeping a rape list of fellow students. How long does this fucking thing go on for? This is just complete fucking cancer.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Oh, fuck you. Your correlation makes no fucking sense.
2,942,826 Matthew. This is NXT lending. 5 minutes to speak to us about.
What the hell's going on? Anyway, moving on. Oh, Chucker's gone. I'm being phone is muted, so it looks like I'm by myself now. Oh, we'll carry on. Here comes something that'll come as a shock to no one who just did someone who doesn't. People who do. Something that'll come as a shock to anybody who understands basic economics. Yeah, I'm all by myself now. New York City's $15 minimum wage is now officially a disaster. I'm shocked. You were the only Scotsman I actually like, my dude. No, and fair enough. New York City's $15 minimum wage, which began to take effect on the 31st of December 2018, was meant to bolster earnings and quality of life, but for a lot of residents, it's doing the opposite. I imagine my shock. I'm so very, very shocked. Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo signed legislation in 2016 to increase the New York State's minimum wage to $15 an hour. The lowest minimum wage in New York at the time was $6.9 an hour. NYC's big employers, 11 more employees, were the first to be forced to increase the minimum wage paid towards the end of 2018. The rest of NYC's smaller scale businesses won't have to pay until December of 2019, according to data on Cuomo's website. 2 words in New York: get fucked. 2 bad people have been screwed over here. Been screwed over. Cuomo claims to have created the bill with the needs of workers and businesses alike in mind. But a lot of business owners in the boroughs beg to differ. They say extra money comes with an unforeseen cost. Higher goods prices, fewer working hours, and layoffs. Yeah, that's what happens when you arbitrarily raise the price of labor. Prices of your goods and services have to go up to make up for the cost of that are lost by having to pay your employees more. But you know, it doesn't fit with our agenda, so we're just going to continue on, aren't we? Many people working in the restaurant industry wanted to work overtime hours, but due to the increase, many restaurants have had to cut back or totally eliminate any overtime work. Andrew Riggy, executive director of New York City Hospitality Alliance, told Fox News, "There's only so much consumers are willing to pay for a burger or a bowl of pasta." I'll invite the police are searching the stadium and join me. I don't know. What the fucking hell was it? Yeah. Roughly 77% of restaurants have slashed in 40 hours. 36% said they had layoffs. So they had to lay off employees, and 90% had to increase prices following the minimum wage hike, according to NYC Hospitality Alliance. Taking 1 month after the bill took effect. That's $30,000 a year for a 40-hour week. Even roadkeepers will clean up. Only 4% of survey respondents indicated that none of the above changes took place in the restaurant. How shocking is it? What really forces you to do is to make that nobody wants more than 40 hours. I'm just doing something right now. Fuck. What it really forces you to do is make sure nobody works more than 40 hours. Solana Coteen, owner of Lido Restaurant in Harlem, told Fox News, "You can only cut back on so many people before services start to suffer." Make the box of wage $15, problem solved. Not really. That's not going to work either. NYC restaurants are taking hits from Washington doesn't seem to have received the memo. The House passed a bill to raise the wage act in July, which mandated a nationwide $15 minimum wage. Because that's not going to fucking tank your economy, is it? The bill was later blocked by the Senate. The bill would have effectively doubled the national federal wage of $7.25. That is, this smells 6% support for the nationwide $15 wage hike among economists, according to Fox News surveys. Owen's office did not respond to a request for comment from the Daily Caller News Foundation, the type of publishing. Yeah, don't raise your fucking minimum wage. It's a terrible idea.
They don't get that you raise the minimum wage. That means the product has to be. Yeah. Oh God. What? You have to raise the price on the product to meet the rising cost.
Or they cut hours, or they cut staff and stuff to make up for the costs.
Oh, shit. I got the hiccups real bad. Sorry.
That's fine. In my opinion, it's Scotsman's fails newscast. Will this be called Opinionated Scotsman's newscast? No, it's called failing at reading the news. I kind of regret right now.
Yo! Figured you could use a buddy.
Yeah. Is it 5 minutes out?
Hey, you're doing pretty good for having your co-host accidentally fall out.
Yeah, used to after a while.
True.
Had this been like the first or second show, I think it would have been fucked. But after 111, you should know what you're doing by now. You know.
You should. Although, I have found I still suck at doing things by myself.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're better than me, though. You're better than I am on it.
Okay. If you insert all the like, what, and whatevers and for filler, then yeah, sure. But yeah.
What Scots comic make hangover cure that takes breakfast pizza to a whole new level? About last week, the Glasgow bar, the Record Factory, launched their own limited edition breakfast pizza. I don't know if they still have that rule at Ben and Jerry's. The minimum maximum wage, but can only be after 7 apart or not. Everyone says that's a private company, though they can do what they like. They make losses. That's their own problem. It's when they force other companies. When it's mandated, they force other companies to do it. It starts to fail. Now, Coatbridge funny man Chris Henry is gone. One better by concocting his own hangover busting breakfast. The tie's gone, which is the potato's gone. Based is topped with Lawrence sausage, square sausage, haggis, black pudding, bacon, complete with baked bean sauce. Calorific delicacy is then sprinkled with cheese before baking in the oven. Sounds amazing.
Oh, they added haggis to a pizza? Ew.
Thanks for great.
Haggis needs to stay in its own hemisphere.
Chris Foyhorn recorded a video of the snack a year ago, sent to his followers in a meltdown when he posted it on social media. Spotting the Records Factory take on the dish. He told the Record, I'm having the usual discussion about what's best for a hangover or pizza or a Scottish breakfast, and then I had the silly idea of combining both. If nobody has haggis for breakfast, then I thought about it. The more I tried to figure out how it would work, what ingredients to use, and I figured out potato scones could be the base. I didn't have to try and make it.
That's hot.
I filmed it about a year ago and forgot about it until I saw the place in Glasgow. It was serving for breakfast on the top of a cheese pizza. So I decided to share a bite version to see what people thought. I got the mushrooms and fried tomato. I started my day with a hot cup of haggis. You're a very strange human being, Honey Monster. I would have thought, seeing as you're the Honey Monster, you would have started it with sugar puffs. Did you get sugar puffs in Canada?
I haven't heard the name. Like I picture sugar puffs as sugary puffy things, but we don't have something specifically called sugar puffs. Fucking hot. God damn. I'm trying to pull chicken off the bone, right, so I can put it away, and like the insides are still massively hot. And of course, I'm an idiot and I'm doing it with my fingers.
Hello, Wikipedia sniffer. Probably said hello to you before. I've heard haggis is illegal to serve in some countries. Yeah, it's illegal to import to the US because of sheep lungs, I believe.
I think Canada has something similar against haggis.
I have a three-course breakfast: sugar puffs, then haggis, then a bottle of champagne. Fair enough. This one's off a cheese pizza, so I decided to share it. I've already read that. You know.
You want some of this chicken, Chloe? Here you go.
I'm sure to divide opinion, but Chris says the pizza is the ideal combination of two things he loves. Yeah, there's a perfect meal. The beans as the sauce make the dish. Reactions have been funny. Most people love it, although reading the comments, I didn't realize how many people dislike beans. Weirdos. I don't like beans either.
I'm not a big fan of beans.
Chris says he has plenty more ideas up his sleeve. If anyone can try, if you can find anyone to try it. I always got ideas, he said. It's just finding the people who listen enough to try them. Well, Scotland has plenty of fucking weirdos, so it's pretty funny. The Philly Scottish fight needs to be deep fried in bar too. Yeah, agreed. Look at that, you can get. There we go. The blind girl walked up stuff.
Yeah. Well, I am now officially drowning in a mountain of dishes from making a roast chicken with all the fixins and stuffing and gravy and stuff. Because I'm cool like that. Oh shit! And I just broke my wisp.
Why
Doing
did you
women's
cook a
jobs.
Thanksgiving dinner at the Nuzzle? On?
I just opened the freezer and realized I had a whole chicken. I'm like, you know what? That'll feed me for like a week. Done.
Yeah, you can add it to other stuff as well.
Exactly, like hot chicken sandwiches or chicken salad. And my gravy is freaking amazing.
Or soup and stuff as well.
That's what the bones are for.
Yeah, you can add the chicken in the soup as well.
Yep. Oh, God, that's so much gravy. It's going to be amazing. Oh, God, I'm the best cook in the
Yeah,
world.
drinks with sexist names banned from UK Beer Festival. Beverages like drinks with sexist names are banned from UK Beer Festival.
Well, that's just
What? It's a beer festival. You expect there to be titties. And sexist shit. People are drunk.
Yeah.
Well,
Beverages
they've
such
just
as legs,
ruining
better and village
everybody's
like are
fun,
barred
aren't
from the
they?
event. Organisers of the Great British Beer Festival, which opened on Tuesday, have announced the drink with sexist names has been banned from in this year's event. In 2019, the campaign for Real Ale prohibited the sale of a number of beverages, including those named Dizzy Blonde, Slack Alice, Leg Spreader, and Village Bike. So no more Bishop thing. Battered haggis syndrome. So no more Bishop fingering, no. M9 has also called time on beer pump clips. Bottled labels that feature artwork of female pinups. And bottle labels that fill out feature artwork of female pinups. That's a shame. Camera made the decision to change the lineup of beers on offer at this year's event after the survey revealed 68% of women would be unlikely to buy a beer if they saw advertising of sex this way. Abigail Newton, national campaigner at Camera, said each of the 1,000 beer ciders and perries on sale at the Great British Beer Festival had been checked to ensure they adhere to Canberra's charter and code of conduct, which details its commitment to inclusivity and diversity. Doing that in Canberra recognises its important role to play in making women feel more welcome within the beer world. These people have no sense of humour, do they?
Nope. Apparently not. And they're just ruining beer. I don't drink beer. And yet they're still ruining beer festivals.
It's hard to understand why some brewers have become effectively used to alienate the vast majority of their potential customers with material likely to only appeal to a tiny and shrinking percentage.
The wording of that is interesting, where they say the vast majority of quote potential customers, because I'm pretty sure the people that actually go to these places and buy those kinds of beer are okay with the names. So they're trying to appease to people that wouldn't actually go there, potential customers, not
Yeah.
the people that already buy their shit. Which
And they could potentially alienate the customers that are already there.
exactly, like what? I don't know who decided that was a great business move, but seriously.
We need to do more to encourage female beer drinkers, which is currently only at 17% of the population. Despite the fact they make up more than 50% of the potential market. That's because beer isn't very nice, that's why.
Agreed.
Yeah, beer is not a man or woman's drink. It's a drink for everyone. There is a huge amount of work that needs to be done to overcome outdated stereotypes.
Woke beer. That's a new one. Actually, no, it's not. Budweiser probably gave him a few pointers.
Yeah, they already do the LGBT thing.
Yeah, exactly. They're just taking it from Budweiser.
In addition to removing drinks with offensive names, Camera has also chosen the old collections to raise money for Stonewall, a charity that campaigns for equality for LGBTQ people. For LGBT people. In the 5-day
Of course they
festival
did.
at London's Olympia. I think the people that go there are so drunk they don't care about the name. Yeah, exactly.
Drunk people like funny things.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Thought you disappeared for a sec.
I'm still here.
Still here is good.
Last year, Marks and Spencer was involved in a sexist trial for selling a porn star martini drink in a can. Feminist campaigning group object to the accused retailer of normalizing porn on Twitter. You know, these are the same people that are quite happy to have like naked men patrol the streets and stuff. So no, go fuck yourselves.
I'm quite happy to have
You know.
that dog screwer back on Twitter.
What?
Apparently, Trucker sent me a picture. You know the chick that went to jail for screwing dogs?
Brittany Venti.
Yeah, well, I guess. I don't know. It's a chick that just was famous for screwing her dogs. She went to jail. I think she's a blonde. She's got big tits. Anyway, she's back on Twitter. This Trucker's like, guess who's back? And I'm like, who is that?
Alongside the photograph of the drinks on store shelves, the organization wrote M&S, Marks and Spencer, normalizing porn. And you try to complain online, system rejects the word porn, mixed messages, huh? The tweet amassed more than 200 likes and was flooded with comments, people who agree. But also, we need to complain to M&S, one person wrote. You need to complain about fucking everything, don't you?
Of course they do.
And then added, do you seriously think a porn star is something to which your customers should be inspiring, given the vast majority of porn stars? The vast majority of porn involves degrading, hurting, and raping young women. In response to the comments on social media, an M&S spokesperson told The Independent, porn star martini is a common popular name. Our passion fruit cocktail we launched back in September and has already become one of the most popular cocktails. I'll keep
You
selling
know,
it.
you don't need porn to pretend or even potentially rape or say degrade women. I learned this last night. Just saying. That BDSM test thing. You don't need porn to degrade women.
You took the BDSM test.
Yeah. Can you guess what my results were?
Pretty low.
99% vanilla. I was proud.
I'm shocked.
YouTubers are a bad influence on me, apparently. Hey,
Yeah,
what are you trying to ask for? Do you want anything?
rest in peace, Plague Tactic Cider.
You good? You don't want anything?
I wonder if there's a
Okay.
Canadian equivalent of Mandy, Manitoba. KFC worker chucks a bucket of family chicken over Paisley customer's head and row over order.
Aw, what a waste of chicken.
Police were called to the Paisley fast food outlet to try and defuse the bizarre incident, which left the punter covered in grease and chicken. The KFC worker who dumped a
You want any more of
large
this?
bucket of fried chicken over the customer's head
Another piece of chicken?
after he
Good
got
man.
in a flap over his order. The Sunday at 22 was covered in battered poultry and fries after the staff member hurled meat at him over a complaint about his food. Calls were sent to Branson Linwood Road to break up the row after it turned spicy. A witness told Paisley Daily Express the guy started mourning because his order wasn't right. Instead of fixing it, the guy behind the counter started arguing. He started getting a bit heated. Worker reacted over and finally grabbed the family bucket. He launched it and the chicken and chips went flying.
Perfectly good waste of chicken. I mean, terrible waste of chicken. Bad.
I had
No
KFC
waste
in Paisley.
chicken.
I thought it was full of churches. Paisley's too rough to be full of churches. At least it used to be.
That's actually the church of KFC.
The biggest town in Scotland, you know. The guy was covered in food and the cops had to be called to deal with it. Dickie was in the middle of the evening rush on Monday. Guys and staff looked in shock as the customer was covered in chicken and grease. Police turned up to defuse the argument. They believed the worker was issued a warning. But no further action will be taken. Police Scotland revealed officers were sent to probe a disturbance at the branch. And he's repeating the same fucking thing, isn't he?
So, he actually got to keep his job after that in a fast food joint. Wow. Surprise.
He was just giving a warning.
I'm surprised. Over here, you so much as curse at a customer. And you're done.
And this guy's like throwing buckets of chicken on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're actually just repeating itself. 16 lights on the machine against Ghost, but that's pretty good.
Sweet.
Paisley has more churches than anywhere I've ever been to. There's people everywhere. Good job we didn't know another milkshake.
Does that come with Quick Treat or without?
I have no idea.
What's son? I'm stuck under a mountain of dishes. What do you want?
Oh, I did my mountain dishes yesterday. It kind of got bad because someone doesn't rinse out their coffee cup, and this time that someone's not me.
Dude, I reused the same coffee cup like 2 days in a row.
I used when I drink coffee every day. I did that. Like I just use my travel mug every day, and like every third day it gets washed. I'm like,
Don't
"Yeah,
say
at
that
least-"
around Scotsman. It's not a travel mug. Scotsman thinks it's a flask.
That's because it is a flask.
You know how many
The
Canadians
small
get
Yeti?
confused on the bus calling it a flask? All of
No,
them.
a flask is what you use to keep your liquor in.
Yes.
Yeah, that's also that's a hip flask.
No, it's just a flask.
I need one of them. Their VAT 19 flasks, the gallon flask. Like for the alcoholic who doesn't care to hide it, but
Not like
still
all
wants
Canadians
one.
are weird, is it?
No, the Canadians, there was like 3 Canadians around me and they heard me talking to about the flask thing, and you confused everyone. They're like, he wants you to put coffee in a flask? Like, for alcohol? I'm like, I think so. I think we're mistaken here, but yeah, he's trying to get me to put it in a flask. And they're like, you don't put coffee in a flask, you put it in a thermos. And I'm like, I know.
So
But
what do you
I
call
don't-
the Yeti travel mugs? Seriously.
It's called a thermos flask.
It would just call them thermos. Or travel mug. So
People are
yeah,
weird.
I think several Canadians on a bus were confused by a Scotsman. I eventually just had to say he's from Scotland. And they're like, oh.
Confused by a Scotland was the worst porn I've ever seen.
Yep.
Yeah, well. Not the worst thing I ever done.
No, actually, it was kind of humorous. Everybody was, including myself, was thoroughly confused.
Turns out it's not just Americans that are easy to confuse. Canadians are easy to confuse as well.
Yeah, when you say the wrong words.
Yeah.
I said the wrong words. I said the correct words.
Well,
Trucker has it figured out. So apparently, the major malfunction is that Britain likes to say what the things are, whereas Canadian Americans like to call things by brand. So we say Kleenex, you say tissue, you say nappies, we say diapers, we say thermos, you say flask, because you guys like to call it what it is, not by brand name. We say Clorox, you say bleach.
I mean, you not
Yeah.
call it bleach.
Well, it depends. Some people will just say bleach, but most of the time they're like, hey, got a Clorox? Because that's the most popular brand of bleach here. Or sometimes if you're older school, they'll say Javex. Because that used to be the most popular brand.
So my 16 likes have now become 14 likes and 2 dislikes.
Those dicks? What a bag of dicks. Oh, God.
Oh,
This sink is too small for my roast pan. This is going to just make a mess.
oh,
Oh,
I hate when dishes are too big for the sink.
yeah, right? It just makes you look at it and go, I just want to throw you up and buy another one.
Oh, I straight up, I used to have like a quesadilla maker, and the problem is the cheese would get into the quesadilla maker. I got tired of taking it apart to actually clean it, so I said, fuck it, and throw it away.
and the term is collective sacks of shit. Well, you know, it's only monster.
Wait, what?
The term is collective sacks of shit.
Ah.
Collective sacks of shit.
Funny thing about Wikipedia is that, like saying frisbee instead of flying disc, I legitimately saw like a 2-foot diameter frisbee at Menards the other day. Almost bought it.
What are you, a dog?
Sometimes
the frisbee. Look at the frisbee.
it was just
I
a
need the
huge frisbee. I found it fascinating. I did used to want the tennis ball launcher, that like Nerf tennis ball launcher. No one would buy it for me.
Scotty, do you chase frisbees?
No, I'm not a dog.
Okay, there we go.
Why you asking
I
me
mean,
this question?
kids are similar to dogs, so they're allowed to chase frisbees. But
Why you call me a kid?
well, no, it's just you say you don't chase frisbees, but Green Thunder loves frisbees, and I'm just saying dogs usually are frisbee catchers, but kids that is also appropriate. But green, that's just Green Thunder.
But I'm not a kid.
I get distracted by anything shiny or just like a giant hunk of metal or plastic that is overly sized.
Well, I never said you were a kid, Scotty. I said kids like to catch frisbees, and since you don't catch frisbees, you're not a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that lump of garlic I spilled on the counter. God, does that smell?
Oh, I don't remember that episode. I watched all. I started to rewatch Voyager, but couldn't do it because Voyager seemed like a soap opera to me. It was like,
I don't also want to know what Americans call screws.
Screws. But like, for example, we say ping pong, you guys say table tennis.
screws or fasteners. Well, what type of screw are we talking about? Because I've made that mistake before. I went to make flower boxes and accidentally bought 1.5 inch drywall screws instead of wood screws. And they worked, but not too terribly well.
I need to ask this actually. What does fanny mean in Canada?
What is what?
What does fanny mean in Canada?
Fanning?
Fanny.
Fari? As in like
Fanny.
a fairy or a fairy?
Fanny.
Oh, I don't know. Here, eat this last piece of chicken.
It's either butt or that extremely gay thing you wear on your stomach, the fanny pack.
See, because over here that means the women's area.
Oh, yeah, the fanny. Yeah, I get it. Yes, I have heard fanny being used for a woman's vagina, but usually fanny is like a fanny pack, so like a little side satchel that's attached to your waist.
That's a bum bag.
They have a creepy one on Wish that looks like a fat dude's stomach.
That's what it's called,
God.
the bum bag.
Yeah, we call it a fanny pack. And fanny can also mean your buttocks as well. If you hit her in the fanny, you hit her in the butt.
And I should probably end this shit. So it's chilling time.
I should actually get the link to just my channel because sometime during the day I will be doing Fallout New Vegas.
Sweet.
I don't feel like actually planning a time because that I kind of play it just to play it, and while I'm playing it, I might as well stream it since it streams halfway decently.
God, you suck. Not you, sorry, the frying pan. You suck.
Where is the?
Yeah, I can't disagree. Head over, it's up to Green Thunder and head over here in about
45 minutes. I'll be starting at 7:15 tonight.
yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll help you well. You're all a bunch of cunts. Goodbye.